Hazy sun to clouds on Friday with spotty rain possible in the Plateau. Good Thursday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center, where you can see all is quiet, no more of the red flag warnings or fire weather warnings. All the red coloring has disappeared and went away at 8 p.m. But as you can see from the Ultimate Doppler radar, presented by Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair, East Tennessee's #1 tire shop and auto repair since 1953, all is quiet here. Gotta love it. They have 5 convenient locations. Check them out. Maybe you need an oil change. Maybe you need your tires rotated. By the way, headline, spotty rain into the west on Friday. Rainy, especially in the morning on Saturday. We'll explore the amounts of rain here in a moment. But much cooler on Sunday and Monday. You're not going to really think it's late April given the temperatures that will be coming. Meanwhile, other than a mostly clear sky, there could be some high clouds as you see sailing overhead. They'll come and go throughout the night, but bigger picture shows some storminess across parts of Missouri and southern Illinois that will stay there for now as we are very dry across much of the area. A very warm day. In fact, it was the second warmest day of the year so far. We hit 85 degrees. Hint, hint, we were just 2 degrees shy of the record high. I expected to get to 87, but should have known better. Given the fact that we had no wind in the morning, we really didn't see that gust of wind pick up until the afternoon. But even still, at 85 degrees, the hottest day was Wednesday, April 5th, when we hit 89. So 89, the hottest day of the year so far. That was a record high. Today we were 2 degrees shy from 2002. Now we hit 85 in Oak Ridge. It was 84 in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, 83 Morristown, 81 in Wartburg and Oneida. Just to give you a sample, we're in the upper 70s today in Crossville. They hit 86 in Nashville, 86 degrees today in Chattanooga, and 85 in Huntsville. The Futurecast shows all this warmth moving across the state of Tennessee. By the time we move in tonight, in fact, we can expand the view and move all these arrows. What starts to invade aloft is the colder air. These colder colors are running about 5,000 feet, and they're going to continue to pour down from St. Louis, Chicago, take it to 7 a.m. Sunday. We should be around 40 degrees for a morning low temperature, but it gets colder after that because 7 o'clock Sunday morning is just the beginning of a sample of what could be coming in, because by 7 a.m. Monday, we could be in the mid to upper 30s. Oh, you mean a frost advisory? It's possible. But wait a minute, I just planted my vegetables. I've been planning and telling all my premium members, hey, this could be an issue. I've been even telling my morning crew who watches the Facebook Lives, I said, we're not done with the cold. Why be normal? It's certainly not a normal year, but this cold snap is going to continue to be with us through the early part of next week, and then we may struggle to get out of the 60s for highs for much of next week with some reinforcements of the cold coming down from Canada, Minnesota, as well as Wisconsin. So there's some really cold air still coming down from the north. Now the future rainfall looks like this, right? We pick up about a ½ inch to about an inch potentially as we move through Saturday morning. Most of this should be gone by 9 or 10 a.m., and maybe we get some remnant showers that come in around midday. But even still, there's not much more to add to these rainfall totals. There's, 0.65 as we head into Saturday. Now, if we look at the storm energy, look at this. We've got a front that's moving across Arkansas, Texas. Where you see yellow would be weak storm energy. Where you see red would be strong. And if there's purple-white, it's rather extreme. And we've seen that across parts of Iowa over the last 24 to 36 hours. But look at Texas. There's a lot more energy there. And by the time it gets here, we can't rule out a rumble of thunder, but it weakens so much so that by the time it rolls through Nashville, there's not a whole lot as far as convection. So thunderstorms might be on the lighter side, and the rain, ½ inch to an inch, is perhaps beneficial. You might say, I need some rain. My lawn could use a little bit of rain. But then once the front moves away, it gets a lot cooler relative to the averages, and we're going to feel a little bit of a chill in the air heading into early next week. Storm Prediction Center focused on the yellow, which is scattered, dark green, isolated in terms of severe storms. Do we have some yellow? Yes, we did today. From Houston to Dallas to St. Louis, Chicago. Kind of lines up with the storm energy, don't you think? And then once we move into tomorrow, where does that energy go? It splits, it weakens, falls apart. Some of it moves toward Ohio and northern Kentucky. Some of it moves down toward Mississippi and Louisiana for isolated severe storms. So we're still shaded light green. That just means thunderstorms a possibility. But that's not going to be a huge deal. Let me show you, again, another look. I showed you one future rainfall. This other one's still in that same keeping of a ½ inch to an inch. I see over an inch in Middlesboro, about a ½ inch in Knoxville. So there's some variability in the data, but it's pretty consistent that a ½ inch to an inch this close up means that we're probably going to get some beneficial rain out of what comes Friday night and into Saturday. Again, most of this will all be gone, obviously, as we get into Saturday night because it'll be mostly clear then. And speaking of Saturday, all the storminess as far as the severe weather, it fires up. It gets reinforced in yellow in eastern North Carolina and eastern South Carolina, but nothing really here. A couple of dark green areas west of Houston, and also some dark green areas around Virginia. But our futurecast shows this front. Watch what happens as it stretches across Nashville and gets east of Bowling Green. A lot of the energy you see here, which is pretty impressive, see some reds, see some yellows, it starts to fall apart. There's midday tomorrow. That's why the Plateau may be more susceptible to a quick-moving spotty rain shower, maybe a rumble of thunder. But once it gets here, 5 o'clock, most of it's around Huntsville, falls apart, maybe tries to get its act oriented again. 3 in the morning might be the peak. Might be the peak because the cold front will be knocking on the door from the Plateau, and then it races out of here. This one's out of here as early as 7 a.m. I suspect other models take it to about 9 or 10. So you're still in the morning hours for the rain and maybe a remnant shower like that. See what I mean? Comes back from Kentucky. There might be a spot of rain around midday, even though the front's passed away. You say, I thought we were done with the rain. Most of it will head up toward Charleston and then will be dry for the rest of the weekend. I don't see that rain in Nashville making a run here. I think a lot of it's just model noise. So our forecast for the Valley Planner, taking us down to about 57 tonight. That's a 7-degree bump above normal. Normal low now is 50 degrees. So we won't get much lower than the mid to upper 50s overnight tonight. Here's your forecast for tonight, down to 57. Mostly clear, very mild, winds about 0 to 5 miles per hour. Not a very windy night at all. 57 for Knoxville, Oak Ridge, 54 Morristown, Russellville, White Pine, and Talbot, and Jefferson City. About 55. 55 for Newport, 57 Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and 58 for Maryville, Alcoa. Let's look at Friday, 80 degrees. Oh yes, I fell off my text thread there. Spotty rain, storm west, meaning we could get some rumbles of thunder, especially after dark as this continues to approach, but the Plateau may get a rumble of thunder. I expect gusts of wind tomorrow, 25 to 30. About 78 for Oak Ridge, 81 for Newport, 79 for Maryville. So many of us in the upper 70s to near 80 for an afternoon high tomorrow. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. 68 on Saturday. Rainy mainly in the morning. And if we get some thunder in Knoxville, likely to come in the overnight, Friday night, Saturday morning. 61 for a high on Sunday. A couple days ago, it looked like we were in the mid-50s. But now it looks like we'll be settling into the low 60s and down to 36, potentially Monday morning. You say, that's chilly. Oh, yes, it is. That is awfully chilly, especially for the 24th of April. And that is not a record, by the way. Record low, I believe, is 28. So we're not getting that cold. 67 on Wednesday, a couple more showers. There's another southern system Wednesday into Thursday, and there's still some dispute on how far north it makes it. Will it make it here? Will it make it here squarely on the chin? Will we get a lot of rain on Wednesday, Thursday, or will it be generally south toward Atlanta? I'm trending kind of like splitting the difference right now, so we'll watch Wednesday, Thursday very closely. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. He gives you traffic reports locally anytime you touch the button on the app. It's very convenient. Just search the words Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.